statement. Open it up to questions. Coach?
Gosh, 3 things we wanted to work on was focusing on us. Thought we did a really good job of doing that. We wanted to get great shots, not just good shots. In the second half, I thought we got great shots. And thirdly, we wanted to work on our zone. We hadn't literally just put it in. For the most part, I thought we did well with it.
Questions for Coach, please? Start with Dan.
Holly, regarding the zone, I guess two-part here. Do you think that defensively that can be a good alignment for you? And also, you got to work against the zone a lot today for 3 quarters. How important was that? How important was it to get that kind of work against that kind of defense?
Anytime you play, you get game experience. It's great, and I'll have to watch the tape, but I think we did a great job boxing out of it, rebounding out of our zone, and then attacking. We got good looks, and we've been working against the zone in practice for a long time, because I feel like more people will zone us instead of man-to-man.
Do you do it every day?
Do it every day. Do it every day.
Maria?
Holly, you can't spread the minutes out much more evenly than 5:21s and 5:19s. Just how has that kept the freshmen engaged to start the season?
Sure.
And then what have the freshmen you think learned as you guys head to your first road game, and what's going to become obviously some stiffer
We'll
competition?
take a picture of that, because that may not happen again. I want the freshmen to get game experience. So I think they're doing just that. We talk a lot about with them, and the whole team is working on your game, working on the team. And I think they've really stepped up to the challenge and done just that. They did some great things, and then there's some things that we got to work on. The turnover aspect of it, understanding when to pass the ball, what is a great shot, but they're learning. They're learning, and our upperclassmen and players that are here have really helped them along.
Will and Dan.
Maybe Jackson comes out at the start of the game and hits 2 straight threes and then gets that still that leads to Westbrook's easy layup. Just how important was that hot start for her and just the team as a whole?
It's great for her. It is great for her. I think when you can start off the game making threes, it's going to spread the floor out so much. I think that's just what she did. And then then we started attacking inside. I told me I was shocked the third time she came down. She was wide open, and she pulled it back out. And there's a part of me that I was glad she did, but I told her, you're 2 for 2. I don't know if I'd have pulled out. But I think she played one of her better games. Her defense she was inspired on defense. She rebounded the basketball. She ran the floor. She attacked the basket and shot threes. There's not too much I would, we asked her to do a lot of stuff, and she produced tonight.
Holly, you took 33s. I mean, most of them they were pretty open.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your thinking? What's a good number for your guys in terms of how many threes you're taking? I mean, look like maybe in the fourth quarter they got a little shot happy with it toward the end. But I mean, what's your thinking there on that?
My thinking is, if you're open, shoot it. If you've missed a couple, don't shoot it. I don't have a set number, but you got to be wide open, because we're great penetrators, and I don't want to be shot happy. So I don't have a number, but when we're not hitting, you got to get to the basket, or you got to get your mid-range jumper, and those are the things we talk to them. Don't live and die by the 3-point shot.
I think question for Vince in the back. Microphone there. The other side.
Coach, I know it wasn't perfect, but did you like the way your team played with that big lead? It seemed like they handled things and just went through possession by possession rather than playing to the scoreboard.
I did. I loved it. You can get caught up in the score and try to be real cute with everything you do. I didn't think we did that. and we turned it over too much. But I didn't think it was to show off or be seen. I thought it was trying to get a teammate the basketball. And sometimes we overpassed a little bit, but just, we worked on us. We worked on us. And some things we did really, really well, and some things we need to correct, but yeah, you can't play the score. You gotta focus on what we need to do.
Lewis back and then Reed.
Holly, Mimi had 6 steals. How, from your perspective as her head coach, how far have you seen her come defensively over her time here, and how important is she to what you all want to do on defense moving forward?
I will say this, Mimi Jackson could be one of our best defenders. And at times she lets her offense control her defense. But she is great on the ball. She's a great anticipator. I loved her energy today. And it could have been because she started off hitting threes? Probably. But I love what she brings us on defense. She set the example. We need her to play like that every game. So it's so good now. I got it on tape, and this is what she can do. So we're going to talk a lot about that. This is what you did. You need to continue to do it.
Brandon.
2 player questions. Zay Green, you mentioned shot selection. Is she sort of working through what is and is not a good shot for her? And then Renaya Davis, is she just letting the game come to her, or do you need her to be a little more aggressive offensively in the first half?
Well, I think Zay is thinking about her shot a little too much right now. I didn't think she took, I'll have to watch the tape. I didn't think she took bad shots. She's a better shooter than 3 for 11. And we'll watch the films with her and try to make sure her percentage goes up. I think today she was trying to get the team involved, and we talked a lot about reversing the basketball, don't take a quick shot, and I think she was doing what she was asked to do. Can she do that the first quarter? Do I want her to? I do. She's our go-to player. She's our player that makes things happen. She's taken a while to get warmed up, but when she does, she's a heck of a player.
Dan.
The competition's going to go up now as you go to the Bahamas. What are you going to tell what do you want to be most mindful of in preparing your kids for what's to come? I mean, Clemson, I imagine, is going to be a very physical, different sort of game. What are you going to be preparing for?
Oh, we talked about we've continued to talk about that, Dan, and we talked about it after this game. Is the competition's getting better, and again, we've got to focus on us. I've played against Amanda Butler and her teams for a long time, and her kids are going to play hard. They're going to make us have to earn every basket we get. So we just got to make sure we apply what we're doing in practice to a game and stay focused on doing what we've been doing. Pressing, rebounding, getting great looks. We don't want to get just average looks, shots. We want to get great shots, and we want to continue. Rebounding's been great for us right now. So when you don't make every shot or shoot a good percentage, you got to be great rebounders. And right now we're fantastic on the boards.
Caleb back.
Coach, back here. A few minutes into the game, you look up at the scoreboard, it's 20-0. Even in a game you may have felt good about. Were you surprised to see that, and what can you say about your team early in the game there on that run?
Well, yeah, I'm surprised. I never think we're going to be ahead of a team 20-0, but just wanted to keep working on us. And I know I think I sound like a broken record, but it is about us. It is about what we do will determine if we win or lose the game. So our kids are prepared enough that whatever's thrown at them, they should be able to handle it. So when our second group went in, I just wanted them to maintain and focus what we continue to talk about. That doesn't happen too often, But you can get carried away with the score, and I don't think our young ladies did that. These are games about getting better, getting minutes, getting better, getting game situations. So I wasn't too much concerned about the score as I was of what we were doing. Now we only pressed one quarter, and that's unusual for us, but it gave us opportunity to work on our zone defense.
Holly, a non-basketball question. Volleyball won today on the road.
They did great.
They did. Soccer is playing a little bit to
Yeah.
make program history, going to a Sweet 16.
Love it.
Just how much does that help the Lady Vols brand overall? And then does everybody feed off other programs' success here too?
Absolutely. We took our basketball team to the soccer game the other night, and we had a great time. And when they scored that last goal, Dean Lockwood and I, you would have thought we won a national championship. So we're into it, and the success that volleyball's had with Eve as a new coach has been outstanding, and it does help us. We want everybody to have the opportunity to compete for championships, and both those programs have done an unbelievable job. I mean, but they put everything into it. They put everything into it. They believe in this program. They believe in the Lady Vol brand, and it's fun. You do feed off of it. You feed off of everybody's success. We feed off men's basketball success, and we hope other teams feed off our success as well.
Lewis in the back. Final question.
I believe this is the 6th fewest points a Lady Vol team has ever allowed. Over these course of these first 3 games, how do you feel the defense is responding to the things like the press and the zone, which you've been slowly implementing and trying to work on?
I hope we continue to do that. Yeah, it's. I don't care who you play. It's difficult. It's basketball, and when you stick to the game plan and they get after it, and we're always talking about being a presence on the ball, and there's so many different games within the game that we work on is ball pressure, don't let them drive the middle, help and rotate. Those are basketball. But we want to continue to work on that, and tonight I thought we did a great job. But that needs to continue to happen for us to be successful. So we've got great footage, but when you can put your defense all together, it's 5 people guarding the ball. It's 5 people guarding the ball. And sometimes we get caught up in just guarding our man, but you got to guard the ball. And when you do that, you've got something special on the defensive end.
One final thing, Coach will not be available before we depart for the Bahamas. Does anyone have a final question or two about the trip before you can ask what you need? Dan?
I won't have time to wear my bikini, so thank goodness you're not going. So.
What's the one thing, in terms of the upgrade of the competition, what's the one thing you're maybe most concerned about or wary of with this group making that competitive step?
Probably offensively would be not quit shooting the basketball, taking great shots. Defensively, keeping people in front of us and not getting foul trouble. Those are 2 things that come to my mind first.
Will you learn a lot about the freshmen too? I mean, this isn't only their first road trip; it's a little distraction. The
Yeah,
beach and the.
sure.
When do you plan to get them down there and sort of get them acclimated and practice and ready for that new environment?
We're off tomorrow because we have to be. Tuesday we will lift weights in the morning and have practice at 8, and then we leave at noon, I think, on Tuesday. Practice Wednesday down there, play Thursday, and then we'll see when we play from there. So it's we're gonna have to reel them in. They'll have curfew, and you want them to have a great experience as well. But when it comes to when you cross that line and you get on that basketball court, it's about basketball. So we'll see how they can separate having fun from being serious and competing. Be a good test for us.
Thank
All right.
you. Thanks, Helen.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. A couple of final notes. Lewis did mention that is the 6th fewest points allowed by a Lady Vol team, and also the 18.6% field goal percentage by Florida A&M is the 6th lowest field goal percentage by